crew, and this is our first annual Dap It Up Game of the Year show. Featuring your hosts, your boy Gunnm and
D.
So we're gonna go through a few categories here, and we're gonna talk about our favorites of the year. So let's get started here. So
Hold on. Don't get into it. Don't get into it just yet.
hold on.
Hold your horses. We didn't do a bonus round during the first part of our recording session.
Oh, okay.
So I want to start this out with a bonus round. It's topical this time, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're going to play a little game called Guess the Score. We've done this multiple times in the past. However, we're going in blind. I haven't looked these up ahead of time because I don't want an advantage.
Okay.
Right? I have at least 3 games here, and we're playing to win. You have to guess the overall Metacritic score of the title in question.
Okay.
All games that came out this year. So the first one, Resident Evil 4.
Oh.
I'm gonna guess 90.
That one has to be like a 94. 94?
You said 94, huh?
Yeah. Gotta be in the high 90s.
Well, 93.
Okay.
93, yeah, so you got that one.
Okay.
Okay, next one. Baldur's Gate 3. I'm gonna guess a 95.
97. Yeah,
97.
I think it's up there.
Okay. Wow, we both got it. 96.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so like right between our guesses.
That's one of the
Okay,
sides.
So you're still in the lead. You got 2 points, I got 1 point. Okay, this next one might decide it, yeah. What's this third one? Tears of the Kingdom, I am going to guess 92.
95?
95. Damn it. 96.
Man.
Hey, you won one.
There we go.
Yeah, finally.
Know how these credits are with these Nintendo games? They always overblow it.
I tried. But okay, man, we can get right into it from there.
But all right, so let's go into our first category, which I guess where there really isn't a winner. We're just naming off our most anticipated games for next year.
So how you want to do that? You want to
just name off the list?
Okay. I'll give you my top 5. My top 5 in no particular order. 4 of which are like Q1 to early Q2 2024. But Tekken 8, Final Fantasy Rebirth, Persona 3 Reload, Eiyuden Chronicle, and what was that? Metaphor Re-Fantazio. A lot of RPGs in there of a certain persuasion.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, mine's pretty similar. So,
yeah.
Tekken 8, Persona 3 Reload, yeah, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Metaphor Re-Fantazio, and Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door remake.
And see, if I had a sixth, I would have put Paper Mario. So I mean, we're excited for basically the same assortment of games.
Yeah, pretty much. And then if I had a sixth, it'd be between probably Hellblade 2 and Stellar Blade. It just depends. We have to see reviews on that Stellar Blade one.
True. I guess that means next year it's a bit more stacked than I thought. Because I knew the start of next year was going to be something silly for me, but Hellblade I keep, despite that being my game of the show for game of the year, for the Game Awards rather, I keep forgetting about it. And then I remember it's coming supposedly next year, and I'm like, dog, man, I'm about to be eaten. But yep, that would be my list.
All right.
Nice list, bro.
Yeah. All right. Since we are short on time, I'm gonna be skipping through these categories. All right. So, best multiplayer game of the year.
Best multiplayer game?
Yes.
Because I'm looking at what we got here to pick from. I'm going to say Baldur's Gate 3.
And if you can think of something else, you can always say that too.
Yeah, well, right. I'll keep that in mind. Baldur's Gate 3.
But, let's see. But yeah, it'd have to be Baldur's Gate 3. Like, and I finally have been playing it. And I've been enjoying my time with it quite a bit for sure. Like, it's probably because it's been a while since I played a co-op game, like with just that many people, like at the same time. But yeah, it's been quite an experience. I've been enjoying my time with it a lot. So,
especially if you find the right people to play with.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's D&D, man, which is why I'm surprised you never really stuck with D&D.
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, I haven't played it much, but I'm hoping to put many more hours into it. So next category, like I said, streamlining it.
I mean, we ain't got a rush, you know, it's just, we got a lot to get through, so.
So, best live service game of the year. So, I'm a little bit more, I think between the two of us, I'm more into the live service side of things as far as games.
You are.
So, I think the obvious choice who should have won at the Game Awards, honestly, was Fortnite. Objectively.
And see, out of all of these that I've played, I've had the most fun with Fortnite, I'd say. I've never played Final Fantasy 14 or Valorant, but it's hard for me to pick Overwatch 2, even though it's just Overwatch, over Fortnite. Now, if the conversation was Overwatch v Fortnite, that'd be a more interesting discussion. But as far as what we got this year, I don't even play Fortnite much nowadays, but I loosely keep up with it, and I'd still vote for them.
Mm-hmm. Like just to give them their credit, like the devs have definitely been trying to make up for their little shit show they had, like with the PvE, like especially this season, they've been really like just been upping it a notch as far as like the content and just overall changes. So they've really been going hard. So I do give Overwatch 2 some credit, but Fortnite, like they've been killing it. They've been killing it. And you could tell with their player counts, like they've been killing
That's so crazy to hear you say too, because 2 years ago you would have been like,
I am definitely known as the Fortnite hater, but
man.
but yeah. So the next category, that's an ongoing series. Is it Trails in the Reverie? Well, Trails in general, just Trails, or is it Spider-Man 2?
It's fun. Like that's all. That's all we have to pick from is Trails and Spider-Man. You didn't think to count Resident Evil?
I mean,
you didn't want to count Alan Wake.
I guess that does count.
No, look, he literally has best ongoing series: Trails, or Spider-Man. You biased, man.
Nah, definitely 100% it not. There were 2 Trails games that came out this year, so they took out 2 of those spots.
Took up 3. You said Trails 3 times. I'm looking right at it.
The
best ongoing series.
Trails from Nayuta came out this year too. Thanks for reminding me.
Trails. You didn't even play that. Okay, ongoing series. Let me think for a second because this isn't limited to what I see in front of me.
I'm sorry, people. You already know my choice.
That's weird, man. That's weird because my heart wants to say Final Fantasy, but the way I felt about 16 in particular makes me lean more toward Trails as an ongoing series, just because like even though I'm a little weirded out by the direction of Trails into Reverie, I don't dislike it because that is a gacha game. It is by definition a gacha game, which I did not expect, but I mean they've built on the systems that they set in place with the games that preceded it, so probably Trails. Ongoing series, meaning like franchise, I'd say Trails, yeah.
I definitely did not manipulate him into saying that, folks. I did not.
No, it's just because I'm thinking about it, because it depends, because if you call Alan Wake an ongoing series, even though I didn't play that, it should be considered. Final Fantasy is an ongoing series, but Trails has a higher hit ratio for me than Final Fantasy does overall.
Right.
Which sounds so weird to say out loud. But okay.
All right, and best story. So we got Trails in the Reverie, Final Fantasy 16, and sure, I'll throw Alan Wake 2 in there.
So let me impose the caveat that just because something isn't listed here don't mean we can't say it.
Yeah.
This is just things that come to mind immediately. Okay. So story? I mean, I gotta say the same thing I said at Game Awards, Final Fantasy 16. Because despite how I feel about the combat system, the moment-to-moment gameplay, just the bloated nature, I could go on. I think that was the most captivating story I've experienced this year in a video game. Because Baldur's Gate, I'll say again, I don't think what made that story so great was the narrative itself, or even the mechanism by which it was delivered. It was just the characters in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what made it. But as far as the best plot, I'd say Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy : Game of Thrones 16.
Okay. As far as best story for me, Trails in the River. I'm like, man, that story, that was good. That was just good. That was just a great way to just end Cold Steel and the Crossbow arcs like together.
Did they actually end it though?
They did,
because they said that about Cold Steel 4.
Yeah, I know, but if you play Trails in the Reverie more, like you'll see, like it's more focused on the Crossbow people.
Yeah.
So yeah. Best art / graphical direction. So we got some heavy hitters in this category. Hi-Fi Rush, Final Fantasy 16, Resident Evil 4, Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. It's almost like most of those are also Game of the Year. Or, well, nominees for Game of the Year, too. Like,
you might be surprised.
They all looked amazing. All of them looked amazing. But what?
You might be surprised by what I picked for this one.
What is it?
Because I'm gonna say Spider-Man, and the reason is because the marriage of different art styles between suits.
Oh yeah,
like even the Across the Spider-Verse suit. I mean, like,
yeah,
dude is
amazing,
swinging around at 20 frames per second or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Like that was some cool stuff.
Yeah, it's like, especially that Easter egg at the end of the game. It's just, you don't often see a game. Smash Bros. Comes to mind. You don't often see a game that blends that many different art styles together.
Yeah.
Normally there's just one static look, right? But the cohesion of all those different elements in Spider-Man 2, it definitely shows how much work and how much love went into this game, at least in that department.
Yeah.
So what would you pick?
This is a really hard one for me, and you'll probably be maybe a little bit surprised by me saying this one too, because it's, man, like I can't help but be impressed by this one, and it's Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush, like the way like it's animated, like down to the cell shading and just everything that they did with that game. It's like, why? Like, especially like when you see the cutscenes in motion, like they are so impressive. It's like you'll watch them and you'll be like, "Is this 2D or is this like is this like in-engine graphics, or am I watching like a 2D cutscene?" And it's like, it's really impressive, like the stuff that they did, like the studio did in general, like for this game. Like, it was just a really impressive game to me, graphically and just, you know, gameplay wise, like truly innovative. Like it's up there, like among probably pretty close to, maybe not quite top 5, but close to top 5 games for me this year, like in general. Like, yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen a game like this.
Did you beat it?
No. Close.
I enjoyed it, and I did beat it. So I feel you.
I feel like I'm getting picked on.
You are a little bit. It's just, you know how you be. Oh, it was so great. Did you beat it? No.
Hey.
But you don't have to play a lot of it to glean what you did from it. I'll say that.
All right, let's get through these last 4 really quick, because I know you on the clock. Action / adventure.
No, we all right. We all right.
You sure? All right.
Well, there's only 4 left. Just
yeah.
As long as we keep a nice brisk
Yeah.
pace.
Yeah. So, action adventure game of the year. So we got Spider-Man 2.
You skipping over fighting games? You don't want to talk about that?
There was only a few. If you want to, if
That's
you
true.
think we got time.
I mean, Street Fighter 6, bro. Like I don't even know why Nickelodeon. Why is Nickelodeon on this list?
I mean, they came out with a sequel, which is better. It has voice acting.
A lot of love went into it, yes. But let's be serious. Let's be for real. Please. Street Fighter 6.
I think that game died
Mortal Kombat
after it released again.
I didn't play Mortal Kombat, but I heard people are not pleased with the state of ranked play in that game right now.
I heard people aren't pleased with the state of just the game's meta in general. Like that game is like super broke.
Yeah. Yeah, so Street Fighter 6.
All right. So
I don't even still play it regularly, but I loved it so much on release. I can't imagine voting for anything else because Tekken did not come this year.
Unfortunately. All right. Action adventure game of the year. Spider-Man 2. Tears of the Kingdom. Hi-Fi Rush. Dead Island 2. Remnant. Armored Core 6.
I'm gonna look over these next time. Next year when we do this again, I gotta look over your categories because you are leaving stuff out, bro.
There's
Action adventure, Resident Evil 4 is what I would say.
A lot of games.
Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4?
Yep.
All right. Well, for me, it's I'm like a broken record here. I can't stop singing this game's praises. Hi-Fi Rush.
Did you play this last night again or something?
No.
You were like
I'm choosing it over Tears of the Kingdom too. Yep, absolutely. Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah. I like that game a lot. Don't get me wrong. It's just, man, it's sweeping for you, huh?
It is. All right. RPG of the year. Ooh, this one's gonna be tight. Starfield. Sea of Stars. Liza P. Baldur's Gate 3. Final Fantasy 16. Cyberpunk 2077. Phantom Liberty. Yes, I did throw that in there. And Hogwarts Legacy, which deserved to be in there. In the Keeleys, by the way.
Yeah, I love the attempt at sarcasm, but Baldur's Gate 3.
What sarcasm?
You said this is gonna be a tight one?
It might be a tight one for some people.
For who? I like to meet that person. For who? Who is this a tight one for?
I mean, we all know who we're both choosing. I already know too.
I'll say this actually, man.
What?
I can see there being a population of people who would lean more toward Lies of P than Baldur's Gate just because of the style of those two games.
Yeah.
But like nothing else on this list holds a candle to Baldur's Gate 3 in my opinion.
Baldur's Gate, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Lies of P is actually pretty great, but that comes down to, are you more of an action RPG person and you can't stomach BioWare Baldur's Gate 3's isometric style? I wanted to say BioWare for some reason. But yeah, no question for me, man. Baldur's Gate.
All right. Next category. JRPG of the year.
You can't say that no more, remember?
Oh yeah, I might get canceled.
It's funny how no one's talking about that anymore. You remember how that was a whole story. That was
a whole hot button topic, and now nobody cares anymore.
Nobody care.
People still say JRPG. All right, so Octopath Traveler 2, who should have been nominated. Final Fantasy 16. Trails into Reverie. Trails from Zero. Xenoblade 3 Future Redeemed, which I have not played yet, but I just wanted to put it on there because I've heard good things.
What is that?
It's a DLC expansion.
Man, that don't count. You don't get to put Xenoblade in here because it had a DLC this year.
I mean, Cyberpunk is the same thing, and I put it in the last one.
You shouldn't have put that in the last one. That should have been in a DLC category, if anything. Then it would have stood a chance.
You know what I should have did that I didn't do? I should have made a remake category. God damn it. I'll remember that for next year. Star Ocean, the second story arc.
Which is another expansion, or what is that?
No, that's a whole game.
Oh, that's the Star. Oh, my bad. I'm thinking Sea of Stars. There's so many stars this year.
Yeah.
Okay. Trails into Reverie.
Trails into Reverie.
I wanted to say Octopath, but Trails into Reverie, it definitely sticks more for me.
Octopath Traveler 2 is definitely a 9 when the last one was an 8. I will say that for you guys. So take that as you will. Definitely play it. You don't need to play the first one to play the second one. So you can just play it. So on to game.
I'd even say if you play the second one, you can then go on to play the first one.
Yeah, see what you think.
Because the second one's better, but like the first one isn't lacking enough features to make it unplayable after playing the second.
Mm-hmm. And then we're on to Game of the Year. I think we already know what we're both choosing. So Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Tears of the Kingdom, and Starfield. Well,
Super Mario Bros. Wonder is my game of the year.
Really?
No. Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, man. Honestly, dude, Resident Evil 4, when I compare those two experiences, I don't sing the praises of Resident Evil 4 much just because it kind of, it came and it went, right? But
it's like it's a remake of the greatest game of all time. So imagine the remake is also just amazing. Like, who would have thought?
I was talking to somebody about that, and I'm like, dude, I would still play the original game just because of what it means to me and just as a piece of video game history. But like, yeah, I mean, they just took what was already a masterpiece and made it better. That being said, Baldur's Gate 3 was I think fresh is the word. It was more of a fresh experience for me.
It was a game nobody saw coming. And that's for sure.
Just well, here's the thing. Yes, you're right. We all saw it coming though, because we knew it was there. I don't think anyone saw the reception of that game coming. That's what we didn't see. Is the way it just dominated and took the world by storm. TikTok game of the year, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, Resident Evil is for sure an honorable mention for me. It's very kind of you to put Starfield here. Starfield didn't stand a chance of being game of the year.
Yeah, yeah. To be fair,
but yeah. You got Spider-Man here. Spider-Man, I feel the same about. People who say that's their game of the year, I get it. I understand. Doesn't hold a candle. Doesn't hold a candle to Baldur's Gate 3 for me. And that's the bottom line.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if there was anything
Now-
that takes the consolation prize, it'd be, I guess Tears of the Kingdom.
You see, okay, you were trolling. That's right. Because when you go back, yeah, I want you to edit in a clip of our Game Awards reaction. You were pushing for Legend of Zelda.
And the game of the year
All
is
right, who's getting snuffed?
Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3.
God damn!
Let's go! My nigga showed up in
The fact that you are disappointed tells
I'm
me
not disappointed.
Let's
do not play enough videos.
I'm not disappointed. I just wanted it to be Tears of the Kingdom so y'all can be mad.
You were doing it just to make us mad.
Yeah, I was trolling.
I'm like, bro, like the game quite a bit. You know, I'm a Zelda fan for sure, but Baldur's Gate, I'll say for the last time, deserved every last bit of praise it's received. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. It's just, I think, even if you don't like those types of games,
Yeah.
you have to acknowledge that the effect it had, that sort of galvanizing shot in the arm it gave the industry, is important. Because like we said in part 1 of this episode, the creativity seems to be dwindling.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, just, it shows you a game can come out and it didn't release in perfect status, but the issues with the game were quickly noted and addressed. And the game continues to receive support. They're on like their 11th patch or something like that, right? So just knowing that a game could come out and have this much content, be this just rich and enjoyable and complete on day one. You know, I know a bunch of developers were crying about it. Like, it sets a bad precedent.
Yeah.
It sets a good precedent, man. That game was 6 years in the making.
They're like, how are we supposed to ever measure up to that? I'm like, do better. I don't know.
That's it, man. And that's why even if I didn't like Baldur's Gate, I'd have to acknowledge what it accomplished. But that's what I feel.
Yeah, I think that kind of sums up how I feel too. Like it was, I was not expecting a game like that this year, and when I finally decided to put my hands on it after being peer pressured into it, yeah, I liked my time with it for sure. I really enjoyed it. Like, I haven't had that much fun in a multiplayer game like that with that many people like in a while, like outside of Overwatch. So yeah, like that was fun. That's a fun game, man. A fun game.
Oh.
So I think that about sums up our feelings on Game of the Year. So until next time and next year, we got you guys next time.
Peace.